Hey there. Ready to check out? Yeah? Let's see what you got. First one. Good choice. Ocarina of Time 3D, of course. This is a Canadian copy. Didn't see the French on it. Let's see if it's complete. Oh yeah, it looks good. It's even got the French the French manual. Nice. Have you played it before? No? Just picking it up for the first time? You know, I beat it back in the day. I gotta say, it's nothing beats the original, of course, but this one's pretty good. You know, it's handheld. It's in 3D. The 3D effect, but you know, not many people use it anyways on the 3DS. But yeah, definitely a good choice. Let's see what else we got. Oh, 2 Pokemon games on the 3DS. Looks like we got Pokemon X and Alpha Sapphire. Very nice. And I'm glad you didn't pick up Sun and Moon, because I'm not the biggest fan of Sun and Moon. Oh, you already have them? Yeah. It's Sun and Moon was like okay, but I mean X and Y and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, especially Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, are really good. See if you got them in here. They should be in here anyways. We keep the super valuable stuff behind the counter. Yeah, that looks good. That's Alpha Sapphire. Climbing up in value a little bit. Definitely good you're getting them now. Yeah, let's see if X is in there. X looks good. See, we got all the inserts and everything. Very nice. You know, I was back in the day. I played Y. I definitely wish I picked X because Xerneas is way better. Certainly way better, especially competitively. But that's besides the point. Oh, you already have Y, yeah. Yeah, it's good you're getting these now because these Pokemon games are gonna shoot up. 1DS game you got here, and honestly, one of my favorites. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Of course, you had to get this. Let's make sure it's complete. It is very nice. You know, most people don't believe it when I tell them. And when you tell people what the first Mario game they played, they're like, "Oh, New Super Mario Brothers on the DS," especially from this era. But for me, this was the very first Mario game I ever played, which is odd because it's not really a Mario game. It's not a traditional Mario game, anyways. But yeah, the story went. I went to GameStop. This is not GameStop, by the way. I went to GameStop, and I wanted to get New Super Mario Brothers. And it was out of stock. And you know, me being like what 7, I started get all teary eyed and everything. So my grandmother was the person buying the game. She's like, "All right, look," and she had to negotiate with me, so I wouldn't cause a scene. She's like, "Look, I'll get you a New Super Mario Brothers when it's in stock. Why don't you pick out a different Mario game? And we'll come back and get New Super Mario Brothers some other time." So of course I'm like, "Sweet, 2 games, let's go." But I picked this up because it was the first Mario game I saw on the shelf, and I did not regret it. I love this game. The 3DS port was kind of pointless, though I did buy it back in the day. It's one of my I probably should have taken that to the grave. I think that isn't it confirmed to be the worst selling Mario game to date? Yeah, and I was one of the people that paid full retail for it. I really should have taken that to the grave. 2 Switch games here. Let's take a look at the first one. Of course, Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. Genuinely a great game. I mean, this is one of the best Switch games. I'm under the opinion that this should have been a launch title, and I think a lot of people are under that opinion. Definitely should have been a launch title. People are like, "Oh, the packing game or whatever." Like, should be 1-2 Switch. I think if anything should be a packing game, it should have been this. I mean, you use the touchscreen, use the 2 Joy-Cons. You can play 2-player games on the touchscreen. It showed off so many different things. But no, people were like, 1-2 Switch should have been a pack-in. It wouldn't be a good pack-in, but it should have been the pack-in. Which, I guess I see that, because 1-2 Switch did use every aspect of the Joy-Cons. It just didn't do it in a very lasting way. I've never played 1-2 Switch, by the way, but judging by the sales of everybody 1-2 Switch, I don't think I want to. Yeah, Clubhouse Games, genuinely great value. I see you got the one of the many copies of Skyrim, one of my favorite games of all time. I own almost every copy that ever existed. Well, not every copy, but every different kind of copy. So I've got like the ones for 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One. Yeah, I've got all those. It's kind of my goal to collect all of them, all the different variants, because I'm stupid with money. But you know what? The Switch port, not terrible. You know, it's actually one of my favorites to go back to, because just the portability of it is like and it runs great. I mean, it's a game from 2011. You'd expect it to run great. But genuinely a good port, or remaster, remake, whatever you want to call it. It's good. It's all right. I see you've got the one of our newer releases in, and I see you've got the other two to go with it. The trifecta here. So you got Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, of course, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've played all three of these. I've beaten all three of these. My least favorite is Crisis Core, just because it's not as long as the other two. I literally beat it in like 3 days. Like it was pretty. I beat it pretty quickly. Still fun. Remake. Now this isn't the PS5 version, because the PS5 version, the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which comes with the DLC and everything, obscenely expensive. This is the PS4 version, which is way cheaper, and it's a free PS5 upgrade. So it doesn't come with the DLC, but you get the free PS5 upgrade from the disc. So yeah, probably good that you're picking up this one. And of course, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I just beat this recently, and let me tell you, some parts in this game, I bawled my eyes out. Like the character development, the story. I mean, it's all there. Like the way the characters interact with each other and everything. It was beautiful game. I definitely recommend it. If you have, obviously, when you have a PS5, you're getting these too. Yeah. This is PS5 exclusive at the moment. I'm sure they'll release it on PC at some point, like they did with Remake. But yeah, really good game. It's more open world than Remake, because Remake was like more focused on like the city, and it's like it was more confined, maybe a little more linear. Rebirth is kind of open world and really good. But yeah, just be prepared to cry, because some parts are pretty sad. I see you are picking up another trifecta. Of course, the Fable games, Fable Anniversary, Fable 2, and Fable 3. These games are obscenely cheap. Maybe not Fable Anniversary. Fable Anniversary is a little bit expensive, but if you pick up the original Xbox game, just Fable, that one's obscenely cheap. I mean, these games I recommend them to any 360 owner, because these are some really great games. Fable Anniversary is like is the 10-year anniversary of the first game. This was released in 2014. The original release in 2004 for the original Xbox. And this, I also really like the slipcover, but that's besides the point. Remember when I bought it for myself, I said I cannot have it without the slipcover, and I got it with the slipcover. But yeah, Fable Anniversary is probably the first one's probably my favorite. The I really like the third one. Second one I didn't play much of, honestly. And the reason I jumped to the third one was because I had a friend that really wanted to play the third one with me, and their multiplayer, online multiplayer. I think the second one's also online multiplayer, which is really really cool. The first one is not, but the second and third one I think they are. At least I know the third one is. Let's see. Co-op 2 player. It doesn't say Xbox Live though. Oh, maybe it is. It does say Xbox Live. Either way, great games. You're gonna really like them. Genuinely, some of my favorite 360 games. I see you're picking up an expensive Xbox game. At least it is expensive now. I see it's complete. That's a Phantom Dust. I've never actually played it, but this game is kind of blown up in price recently. I don't really know what the deal is. I guess copies are getting scarce. I'm not even sure, but I bought this disc only for myself. I had to get the case and manual separately, but I bought a disc only for like $3 back in the day, and now this game's a $60 game, pretty about that. I'll look it up in the system then, but off the top of my head, I think last time I looked, it was like a $60 game. Absolutely insane how much game prices have shot up recently. So it's good you're getting some of these games now. Yeah, I never actually played Phantom Dust. Have you played it? No, you want to check it out? Yeah, it's a good it's a good bid. It's a good price on that one. I think I don't remember we have it in the system. I think it's pretty low though. And I see, of course, you are picking up for the PlayStation 2. Some of my favorite games on that console. The SpongeBob games. Everybody that grew up with a PS2, myself included, had these games. I had all three of them. Revenge of the Flying Dutchman is not as good as people remember. It's not as good as I remember either. I remember beating it several times, like all the way through. But it's just not. It's not as good as a movie in Battle for Bikini Bottom. It's just not. But I mean, to each their own. I mean, if you want to check it out, go ahead. Revenge of the Flying Dutchman is pretty cheap too, so you're gonna deal on it. Movie is way more linear than Battle for Bikini Bottom. Movie is like there's like stages, so you go from stage to stage. Still really good. It's the same graphic design as Battle for Bikini Bottom, and Revenge of the Flying Dutchman is a way worse graphic design. I don't really know what deal was there. I don't know if it was an earlier game or something. But Battle for Bikini Bottom is by far the best SpongeBob game. In my opinion, Rehydrated, the remake or whatever, does not hold a candle to the original. I hated Rehydrated actually. But yeah, really really good game. And it's not open world, but it's more open world than movie. It's kind of like you just go. You have a hub, and then you go to the different worlds from the hub, and then or the different places around Bikini Bottom, like Jellyfish Fields, things like that. You go to the different places, and then it's like, and then that's more. Those areas are more open world. But I don't know why I'm explaining it to you. You probably already know this is a great game. So yeah, I see you got your purchases here, and I'll tally up the total for you, and then we'll get you going. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Let's take a look. Okay. Well, I'll take you up at the front then, and we'll get you situated.